I personally think it's environmental. I think there's something in my body that the environment, we have changed the way we produce, engineer, and chemically make things in the past 75 years that maybe my body or others' bodies can't process it. So that allows, they say there's a protein deficiency or something we can't process a toxicity out of our body. And that's all theories. Well, how the hell did I get the toxicity in my body? I don't know. I never got angry and feel gypped until probably this past year. I've declined more in this past year. A year ago, we were on vacation. It was in June of 11. And when I got in the pool, I could carry Maxine on my back and walk around the pool. This June of 12, I could hardly walk in the pool on my own. I have no use of my arms and hands. My legs, I have a little bit, I can move them, but they're not strong enough to stand on. It's the decline of all these things that now I'm starting to get mad and pissed. I do feel gypped. But on the other hand, I'm grateful for all the things that I have around me. Through all this process, I've grown up more as a man, and I've understood what acceptance, love, and gratitude are, and what the power of God, as I understand Him, works and does in my life. I rely upon Him to take all my fears away. I think I'm a different guy than 4 years ago. And I wasn't saying I was a bad guy 4 years ago. I think something like this disease changes your perspective on life a little bit. At least it sure has mine. My experiences. I've tried to make the best of it, make light of it. They call me the cripple. They call me all kinds of names. And you know what? It's out of love and kindness that I can allow that people to give me grief, and I give it back to them. You always have to have hope. Allow yourself to feel the feelings. Don't bottle them up. Feelings are not factual. I've learned that too. Because I feel something doesn't mean it's real. I allow myself to feel what's going on inside of me. If I cry, I cry. If I'm mad, I get mad. If I'm sad, I feel what I'm feeling and let myself work through it. It's a scary place to be. I some days don't know how I do it. I get asked this question, how do you do it? I just show up every day. Some days I don't want to. I just do. I've kind of been my whole life like that. You gotta keep showing up. You have to keep showing up. You can't give up. Even though there's days that I want to give up, I talk about it with someone. I don't keep those thoughts in. I've talked about I'm done. Take me to Oregon and Kevorkian me. I've had those days. But I don't hold those in. I share them with someone, and it alleviates the stress of carrying that around. My mind is a very dangerous place because I get to be left, I mean, I'm alone, so to speak. Right now, I'm alone. I can't do anything. If I let my mind creep off in those deep, dark places, that'll mess me up. I gotta talk to people and get it out. And surround yourself with the ones you want to be around. I have a choice today. I choose the people that I want to be around. And that's comforting. Man, that's tough. That's a question that Maxine and I go back and forth. What do you want to do? What would make you happy today?
Tell everyone who Maxine is.
Maxine's my girlfriend. She's wonderful. She's a wonderful woman that I never thought I would fall in love again. And by God, I fell in love, and she has taught me more about relationships and love. I didn't think that would ever happen. And I think because I opened my heart to somebody and let them in my world, that happened. So what was the question again? What brings me joy?
Yeah.
You know, seeing the kids, that also brings me sadness, because that's a double-edged sword for me. I'm battling when you talk about being angry and pissed off, to have him around is joyful, but to have him around, I'm such a damn control freak. I want to go play with him. I'm going to go do something. And I don't have what it takes to give it to him. That is frustrating. I just have to learn to live with it. I learned from a friend that, you know what, my son is just happy if I'm in the same room with him. And I've got to remember that. I've got to be happy and that the fact that he's just here. I love getting out to do stuff. We went to a movie last night. I like doing things like this. I like public speaking and doing these types of, I would say, motivational piece, inspirational. You know, that's funny. Everybody says, "Oh, you're an inspiration." I don't know. Man, I'm just doing the best I can. I don't know about all this inspiration and stuff. Eating used to bring me joy, but I can't eat it much anymore. I'm having a hard time swallowing. That is frustrating. I used to like to travel. Things are just getting a little tougher these days. So finding joy in my day is a little different. Some days you don't want to get up. And, some days I do sleep in. Do you ever get used to having ALS? Well, I better, because it's not going to go away. I think I learned to deal with it. Do I get used to it? No, I don't get used to it. It's always, right now it seems like there's something new every month kicking my butt, and it gets old, and I get tired, and I guess I'm used to it, but those days, we have those days. I guess the answer to that is yes, you get used to it. You adjust your lifestyle according, and you make the best of it. Learning how to adapt is I think the key to dealing with this disease. If I wasn't, I still have a problem with change. I like my stuff structured and consistent, but in the same token, my body has changed and my functionality has changed so much that I've had to get used to the change. That's dealing or getting used to having ALS. That's the best I can tell you. Just be prepared to do whatever it takes to make yourself comfortable. And don't stop moving. I know that. Go to PT, get in the pool, do whatever, get massages. Keep your body loose and flexible, and have lots of sex. I'm not kidding. That helps. You can still have sex. And nobody wants to talk about this. It's probably the least thing talked about when dealing with ALS. I still have a very healthy sex life. It's not as rambunctious as it used to be, but I'm still healthy. God's little joke for the male is, ALS affects the voluntary muscle. Well, the male anatomy is an involuntary muscle and works just fine. So, all you guys out there, enjoy yourself as long as you can. No, I have sensation in all my body. Sometimes at night, I have a very hard time getting comfortable. The worst time for me, it's kind of the best time and the worst time. Laying down is easier for me to breathe. Because right now, sitting up like this, I'm using my lungs to carry all the weight in my upper torso to breathe, which normal people have muscles to help them do that. That's very laborsome. My feet go to sleep, my hands go to sleep, and if I'm not in the right position, it's very frustrating to try for me to sleep when the rest of my body's kind of cramping or sleeping or going numb, and then it gets painful. We don't do that.
You don't do that.
You stay out of that.
Stay out of what?
You stay out of the future.
You don't think of the future.
No.
You think of today.
You can't think of the future. Yeah. I could choke this afternoon and I could be gone. I could choke right now. I choked 3 weeks ago and it was just on phlegm that day. Well, I ended up in the hospital Saturday. I stopped breathing. Maxine and Joe were here, and I had something caught in my throat. We couldn't get it out, and I had to go to the hospital. I gotta stay out of tomorrow and live in today. Thank God nothing happened. They cleaned me out and sent me back home. It scared the hell out of me. They told me I couldn't eat or drink anymore. And talk about a quick change. Wasn't expecting that. But truly, not to be morbid, but pragmatic, I try not to look a year down the road. If I do that, I get myself in trouble. I can look at how this disease has progressed in the past 3 years. Why the hell do I want to, if I do that, I'll be in a box. If I look forward, my lungs could probably stop working in a year. I hope not. But no, stay out of tomorrow, live in today. Sounds crazy. It's hard to do. Just enjoy the day for today. I would, for me, keeping busy, keeping out there, keep doing stuff, throw your butt in a wheelchair. If you're in a chair, get your ass out the door. Go do as many things as you can. Surround yourself with people. You're not dead yet, for God's sakes. I sometimes wish I would have had pancreatic cancer. I compare it to a friend of mine who did, and he passed away, but it was quicker and easier. This process of how we're going to die with ALS is very nasty and very, very, very bad way to die. I mean, your brain works perfectly fine and your body just whittles away to nothing. And eventually we're going to suffocate because our lungs stop working. You know, knowing that and dealing with that, I think actually helps me. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of the process of which this disease, I'm afraid of how that's going to work. We all have to die. All of us don't make it out of here, you know? We're all only here for a short amount of time. So my time just got cut down to be shorter. Spend it again with quality time, with friends, family, kids, things you like to do. And again, when you feel like going in that dark space, pick up the phone and call a friend and tell them and ask somebody to come over and hold your hand and cry. It's okay. That's how I deal with it. And pray.